Up in gay escort's suspicious death inquiry, this will blow your mind. Hillary Clinton's name popped up when a gay escort was found dead inside the home of her top donor, Ed Buck. Gemma Moore, who worked as a street prostitute, was last seen in Houston, Texas, where he lived with his mom. Allegedly, Buck, a well-known top Democratic donor who lives in West Hollywood, sent him a plane ticket to Los Angeles, California. Moore's mother claims her son told her about the sick politicians, and what he said they were doing most likely got him killed. Hillary Clinton top donor Ed Buck refuses to make any statements after Gemma Moore, 26, was found dead of a methamphetamine overdose inside Buck's West Hollywood home. Buck keeps an apartment in West Hollywood, known for its gay residents, and the reporter who broke this story knows him personally. Ryan Girac broke the initial story at WeHo Times, where he is listed as a journalist. Girac was friends with Buck and had been inside his West Hollywood apartment many times. So, when a gay prostitute who identified himself as Cameron related the inside of Buck's apartment perfectly, Girac knew something was very wrong with Gemma Moore's death. The man, who gave WeHo Times his full name, but because of his vocation as a sex worker asked to be identified only as Cameron, says he also used drugs supplied by Ed Buck in the latter man's apartment. After accurately describing the interior of the apartment, with which this reporter is personally familiar, Cameron told WeHo Times Buck asked him if he'd ever slammed, a street term for intravenous meth use. "I told him no, and that would take more money," Cameron said, describing Buck's reaction as excited. Cameron said Ed Buck seemed to get off on getting you higher and higher, reports Girac for WeHo Times. This also corroborates Gemma Moore's mom's account of his relationship with Buck. Latisha Nixon, Moore's mom, said, "When he, Cameron, calmed down, he told me that Ed Buck was one of my son's clients and that Ed Buck was one of his clients as well. Buck would have my son to go out to Santa Monica Boulevard looking for young gay black guys so he could inject them with drugs, see their reaction and how they would react and take pictures of them." Nixon also relayed her conversation with her son when he was allegedly trapped inside Buck's apartment on a previous visit. He, Gemma, filed a police report because he said that Buck had held him in his apartment or whatever and had shot him up with a needle with something he didn't know what it was. "He called me crying. 3 minutes on the phone hollering and I'm like, what the hell is going on? He said, this man, he shot me up with something I don't even know what it is, and I'm like, my son is having a breakdowner episode. But he sent me pictures of his arm was red," she added. Gemma got scared and at the urging of relatives and few close friends who knew of these outrageous encounters, "My son came home to me in Texas to get away," Nixon continued. "Yes, my son was an adult and didn't live a fairy tale perfect life, but he didn't deserve to die this way." Nixon says a detective from the West Hollywood station of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, who called her following her son's death, said no drugs or paraphernalia were found at Buck's home. Somehow, Buck got Gemma Moore to go back to Los Angeles one more time, and now, he is dead. Where is the outrage from the left? Gemma Moore was African American, so where are the members of Black Lives Matter? No protests for Gemma? He died a very suspicious death and is found in a wealthy white politician's home, who has direct links to Hillary Clinton, yet, the mainstream media takes a pass on reporting it. If this was a Donald Trump donor, Rachel Maddow would devote her whole entire program to it. Twitter would be filled with the hashtag #JusticeForGemma. Those liberal hypocrites pick and choose who fits their narrative to decide their support and outrage, and they treat the Gemmas of the world like pieces of trash. His black life didn't matter at all to those sickos protecting the name of Hillary Clinton.